Good evening and welcome to LUTV's coverage. It is Leeds United Women back in action tonight in the FA Women's National League Division 1 North, and they will take on Leeds City Ladies tonight. It feels like a lifetime ago since we got the chance to watch the Leeds United Women in action, and the recent weather has played total havoc with their schedule, and this game should have been played back in February, but one of those that has been falling victim to the recent rather damp weather we've had. But thankfully tonight's game is on, and Simon Wood's side can have the chance to play a bit of catch-up on the table. They go with Simpson, Carrie Simpson, then Olivia Smart, Ruby Waldron, Ellie Dobson, Lucy Turner, Alice Hughes, Jeremy Price and Sarah Danby, Catherine Smith, Jess Russo and Charlie-Anne Pizzarello. Simon Wood's bench is McGeary, Langstaff, Elliott, Esdom and Gibril Keating. As for tonight, visitors York, they go with Sidwell, Rowlandson, Jeffels, Cattle, Collins, Holder, Hardcastle, Brown, Duffield, Ash and Sinton. And then the bench is Hodgson, Hemmings, Lendhull, Garcia and Nanga. So we have a good record at home. It is 1 defeat in 5 on home soil at Garth's Bannister Prentice Stadium. So we hope to continue that. Myself, Tom Hill and Brady Hannon will bring you all the action this evening. Brady, it's great to see you again. I thought this moment had never come. I thought the rain had cancelled the season. That's how it's felt. Good evening. It
feels like a lifetime since we were last here, doesn't it? And it must be so frustrating for the girls because if you lose your last game, you want your next game to come around fairly quickly so you can put the wrongs to the rights. And on the flip side of that, if you get a good result, you want that winning mentality, so you want to play a few days later. But it must be really, really frustrating. I know myself, last season when we played at Tadcaster, we had quite a few games called off, and I think we were hoping for a little bit more luck at Garforth, but we've not had it. I think you gave me some stats earlier, Tom, that we've had the most rain that we've ever had. So yeah, really, really frustrating, but it's really great that the players are out tonight. They've still been training, working hard week in, week out, so hopefully we'll get a good result tonight against York.
Yeah, some expert claiming the last 18 months the most amount of rainfall ever. Whether that's believable, it certainly feels believable. Anyway, as you can see some sections of the pitch that have been affected by this recent weather, so we hope the ball runs pretty true. York in the all red are currently occupying one of the relegation places in the league, and they'll hope to try and escape that with a recent hire of Chris Holloway to help them escape from danger. Sadly for them, they were unable to get a win last time out, drew 2-2 with Doncaster Bell, but they have of course the opportunity to upset the apple cart. It is a you're looking at two teams, similar area of course in Yorkshire. There's that rivalry of players, there's that prestige of trying to beat a team higher up the league, Brady, and more importantly, these rescheduled games, you never know what you're going to get, do you? Our players fully firing on it. If York have played a bit more regular, which they played 10 days later than Leeds, they might have the better sharpness tonight.
Yeah, definitely, and I think we say it all the time that teams do generally raise the game against us, and York are no different. Like you say, it's a bit of a Yorkshire derby, and looking at that starting 11 as well, as a few ex-Leeds players on that team as well, and not forgetting we've got Alice Hughes, who was at Leeds, went to York, and then earlier on in the season did join us, so I already know from speaking to one of the girls earlier, she does not want to lose tonight. Yes,
that motivation levels are high for Leeds. As slightly different sort of formation similar formation but different personnel. Pizzarello's been playing left back for the majority of the year, out on the left wing, and her first touch is to release Jess Russo, who will do so with a nice cross into the box. In fact, it's gone all the way across and in, and inside the first 30 seconds Jess Russo opens the scoring. Goalkeeper Rebecca Sidwell didn't get herself set. Maybe the wind has got her off her bearings, but a very simple start for Leeds United in terms of a ball down the line, release Jess Russo, and we've seen her score some fabulous goals. This is a cross, I'm not having anything of it, but it's gone in and she'll claim it.
It was a good bit of trickery. It just seemed to come out of nothing really. It was just kind of a long ball down to the left hand side, a little bit of trickery, and I'm not sure if that was a shot or a cross. I'll have to ask her, but either way, we're not bothered. At 1-0 after not even a minute played. Fantastic start.
Yeah, they always say that all strikers will claim the goal regardless, so I think we know what's coming there, but I think she was looking for Smith at the far post, couldn't pick her out because the ball did seem to get caught in the wind a little bit, and the goalkeeper, you can see the breeze on the shirts of some of those York players, so a mistake for them. They'll be frustrated, but a chance for them to I guess, reset and start again. And it's York will be tactic-wise. There's no coaching setup that ever wants to concede early. They'll hope it's one of those cliches, but it's that early that you can just forget about it.
Yeah, exactly. They just need to ignore what's just happened there and almost pretend that it's still 0-0, and there's still a long way for them to go and get back in the game. I think, as I say, there's a few ex-Leeds players in this team today, and one of the players that's going to want to get a little bit of revenge on us is Millie Ash. She's got a good goal the other day against Doncaster. She's on the left-hand side. She's got a really good left foot on her, so she's one to watch tonight.
Yeah, no winning 8 for York tonight, as I say, occupying that second to last spot in the table, but no sign of any quits from them in recent weeks with that, as I say, 1-0 defeat to Durham Sestria, who also beat Leeds. So there has been a few surprising results here and there as Smith goes in to win the ball back and dispossesses Nicola Brown, the captain of York, but they win the ball back high up the pitch with the player in question, which is Millie Ash. As Bridie said, she's got the feet and the technical skills to get away and play it. So York have finally settled into the game, but so as per usual is Olivia Smart getting her body in the right place, and more importantly as a defender keeping it nice and tight and not conceding a corner.
Yeah, she's playing the right back position tonight. I think she's a player that's played pretty much everywhere on the pitch apart from in goal this season, so just showing her versatility again. She can literally play anywhere. She's 2-footed, but as ever she's very reliable.
Yeah, forward for York, and a couple of players getting in a tangle. Leeds digging their heels in and across to Smith, who will try and start an attack of her own. It's up towards Russo. Good hold-up play. Smith has been told to play it out towards Pizzarello. She did go that way, didn't get the pass perfect, but has still released the Leeds United number 20 now to Danby, and Danby waiting for a bit of an overlapping run. Ball into the number 14 Waldron, who swings the cross in but blocked away by the number 12, which is Ocean Rollinson. It's the player that's got the experience of playing at a higher level, ex-Chelsea defender. And we start to feel like we've settled in a little bit to this game. York have had an attack of their own, and they've won the ball back a couple of times high up the pitch as Pizzarello concedes a foul. And in fairness to their credit, there's been no signs of any throwing a tantrum, falling out with each other. Straight away attacking, going down the left-hand side. And I think we'll start to see more of an even game in the next few minutes.
Yeah, I do as well. I think obviously they are just getting into it. I think the manager won't be best pleased with the start. They've not fully woke up yet, and sometimes conceding gives teams that bit of a kickstart. I know it certainly did when I played for Leeds United. When if we went a goal down, it'd almost make us play better. So we'll see how they get on.
Yeah, it's well won back. Danby dispossessed on the front foot. They go with Duffield. She tried to release Tinson, does do so. But some good covering defence from Turner wins it back. It's you can see large sections of the pitch is clearly being troubled by the weather, but the ball is running rather well in some areas as a bonus, as defender gets that one wrong, Rollinson, and it's out of play for a throw. Waldron goes inside straight away to Leonie Price. Price leaving it a tad short for Waldron, but still got a touch of the ball. She has recovered possession anyway. Keeps it nice and compact and goes back to Turner. Good touch from Smart, trying to release Hughes, and sadly the second touch wasn't as sharp as the first, but she's quick to get back and try and stop Ash. There's a couple of touches from each defender, and regardless of who should have touched it first, as a former centre-back, or current centre-back of course, sat alongside me. That's what they say, don't they? Centre-backs are supposed to have each other's backs. One had pushed up, one was a little bit further behind, and this is a centre-back partnership that has it's been there before this season. There's a couple of new partnerships, but so far they haven't had any issues to defend. But York pinging it about as best they possibly can, giving it away with Smith going back. But there's a bit of a calmness about Leeds, Bridie. There's no sign of anyone panicking, just launching the ball, and there's a lot of trying to build out from the back.
No, I think when you are playing against a team who second from bottom. I think they're 11th. Leeds are in 6th place. Obviously, there's still a few games in hand. There's no reason why we wouldn't be confident, to win this game. But at the same time, we can't be too complacent. So yes, we've got off to a great start, but it just takes a minute just to switch off. And they've got some really good players, technically some really good players, and their striker Sophie Tinson, another ex-Leeds player. She's a good finisher. She's coming back from an ACL injury, I believe. So I think she's still getting the sharpness back, but she only needs a minute.
Yeah, great chance for Leeds to build here as Price lets fly. It was more of a simpler save, but the footwork and the build-up for Leeds, stringing some good passes together from the left-back spot right through to midfield up to Smith, who is another one that's played in several positions for Leeds. Normally a centre midfield player in the engine room, but out wide on the right-hand side. We know she'll bring a bundle of energy, but that was a bit of finesse, nice layoff, a bit similar to what Jess Russo does. So those wingers cutting in, I've got a job to do to try and bring those midfielders in, and nearly a perfect conclusion there, Brady.
Yeah, I think if you asked Kath Smith, she'd tell you that she doesn't like playing on the wing. But we've got a small squad at the moment. Obviously, we've had quite a few injuries this season, so she's doing a job for us out there. But yeah, good little bit of hold-up play there.
Yeah, forward it goes. Doesn't stick for York. 7.5 minutes gone. If you're just joining us, a goal inside the first 30 seconds because of Jess Russo's cross come shot, and that surprised the goalkeeper and gave Leeds the lead. And it won't be the first time you'll see that in the next few months of the season. It quite often happens with goalkeepers misjudging crosses. It's a good challenge getting back there from Hughes. Nearly stronger challenge coming in. Another teasing ball just over the head of one of the forwards. I think it was the number 10, which was Duffield, trying to come onto that, and just shows you the chance that York can create. It was a little bit scrappy down the right flank, but once they got the ball into the box, Brady, there was a very good ball into the area, which you'd feel if they got to see a replay of that, they probably should have got someone on the end of it.
Yeah, they were quite unlucky actually. It was a good ball in, but fortunately for Leeds, it fell to one of our players. I think it was Jess Russo who was getting back there and just missed the challenge. But no, it was good play from York down that right hand side there.
York on the front foot. Duffield gets caught. Price picks the ball away from it at the last second. Smart looking for Danby, who's got her work cut out. Loses that battle, but Hughes is there to recover. And there's been a lot of safety first from Leeds when they get it back. Centre midfield sort of spots, and taking no risks. But York very competitive in the faces of Leeds' players from the outset. And this game finally poised despite that shocking start for York, conceding so early. In possession now, it is with Collins. She will make her way down the left hand side. Ash is, as you say, Brady, the player to watch for York, but she probably has the most experienced and capable defender opposite her in Olivia Smart, and that is a matchup that Smart has won so far. Waldron goes back into defence for Dobson. Hughes appearing centrally, but Pizzarello the option she chooses. She will have time to turn if she wants it, but instead back to Turner.
Yeah, and again on the flip side of the experience that Olivia Smart possesses on the right hand side, we've got the inexperience of Ruby Waldron on the left. So that'll be interesting to see how she fares. Yeah,
Smart going for I think the shot, but she will of course come closer later in the game. We know she likes to get forward. Good position she took up, even better ball into her feet, and a thumbs up from the lead skipper. She certainly appreciated the quality of the ball.
Yeah, I was on the phone to her this evening actually before the game, and she was telling me that she's got 14 assists this season. She's the highest assist in the team, the assist queen. She only got 3 goals, I believe, to her name this season, which as I say, she normally gets a lot more, but she's been the one that's been setting them up this season with her defence splitting passes, so we'll still take it.
Well, the fact that she's kept, unless someone else has told her, she probably have, but I would do that. I'd have a tally chart in the car.
I think she does, yeah, she does.
I'd have a tally chart in the car and just note it down, and nearly got enough to lose count this season with the way she's got forward from left back, from right back, as Hughes is played a pass behind her. Danby was there anyway to recover, and out towards Waldron, who just misjudges the pace of the ball. And I mean, I said it earlier, we've done games on this pitch where visually it looks better and it hasn't run as true, so it just shows you that a couple of days of no rain has certainly helped it out. We hope it's the same. Of course, Leeds are playing again on Sunday, and back-to-back home games where they've been so strong this season a win tonight could send them up to 4th. And it's all about trying to finish as high as they possibly can this year. And it is that tough crunch level where the only one team goes up, and if you don't start well or stay consistent in this league with the games getting away from you with the cup competitions, you can play catch-up. Leeds have got 4 games in hand on some of those teams at the top. As here is Smith trying to turn. She had the shirt pulled. Referee said it's a free kick and will penalise the number 3 Hannah Collins. And the official just allowing Turner to take control, pardon me. Turner has Smart hugging the touchline as the right back that's pushed forward. Looking to Smith, trying to put some faintest of touches to that ball with Smith, but couldn't do so. And now on the front foot, York come on the attack. It's on the front foot straight in with Tinson, who's not had too many touches to impress. Hold-up play was strong, certainly stronger than that of Leeds. Trying to get it back because they've considered a free kick, the home side, in a relatively dangerous position for York to send some further bodies in towards the edge of that penalty area. Not that many staying central. One of those is Tinson. She has Hughes and Dobson either side of her. Just pushing at the back post is Ocean Rowlandson, and that ball is towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Well dealt with by Leeds as Price, a really smart turn to get Leeds on the front foot. She jumps in the air in frustration because she does the hard bit, not once but twice, to win it back. But it was the pass that was so simple for her. She's frustrated, that's why she's flown in with that challenge. So great turn, great tackle, just a middle bit to work on. But that was a counter-attacking opportunity.
It was, yeah. The York ladies had committed quite a few bodies forward there, so if that pass had been a little bit better to the right-hand side, we could have been through them. But, you know, we'll blame the pitch. Yeah,
we can't have it all. Already leading by a goal to 0, 13 and a half gone. Smart was trying to pick out Smith or Russo. York get the throw with Collins. Touch from Duffield, Hughes to Danby. Danby's got the attention of Millie Ash behind her, and she holds her off. She gets a free kick for the kick on the ankle. And Leeds have no plans to hold up play as Waldron goes wide to Pizzarello. Return pass, just a touch behind. That's allowed York to intercept. Good work from Rowlandson to get away, the experienced campaigner. Price nibbling away at the ankles of Jessica Holder. Holder's done tremendously well to hold off that attention. Now runs the traffic. The referee said it was advantage, but not fully complete. So that is why they will get another free kick. And they've been competitive, haven't they? I mean, that's the main thing. If you're in the bottom 2, you have to stay competitive. Obviously, conceding so early was such a nightmare start. But since then, there's not been much in it at all.
No, it's been fairly even. You know, there's been chances at both ends. Jess Holder's a really good player. I've played against her. And she's got that physical aspect. She's tall, she's strong, she knows how to use her body, and she can score as well. So another player that we need to kind of watch out for, really.
Free kick yet to be taken. Now it is. Down the line it goes. It's trying to catch them out. Referee was not happy with that, so York are told to reset and start again. And the referee probably aiding York because Leeds looked like they'd covered that. So the official wasn't ready and set. It's given York another lifeline. What it has done is perhaps negate the ball down the line. They're going for it again though with a runner. It's not played in, and the pass has been mishit, should I say, as Carrie Simpson gets on the ball. So York will be frustrated. First set piece was a lot more dangerous than the second retaken one, but a rare touch for Carrie Simpson, who of course has been starting goalkeeper, injuries and other goalkeepers coming in her spot. But a first touch after 16 minutes will be a welcome one for her, as York on the front foot to the side. It's a strong challenge. The referee is going to give a free kick, and Turner did not miss with that lunging challenge.
Yeah, we've just got to be careful in these positions because we've given away several free kicks now in dangerous positions. We know that they're quite good on set pieces, and as I say, they've got a couple of tall players and physical players in there as well. So Yeah, we just need to keep our heads a little bit and, you know, ask ourselves the question, did we need to make that challenge? You know, is my teammate behind me covering? And if the answer is yes, then, you know, just stand up to them.
Shots coming in from range, try to catch Simpson out, who was slightly worried by it. That was why she dived, but there was no outstretched hands, which probably felt that she knew that was sailing wide. But again, that is not. You know, I think stereotypically you look at a team in relegation place, so they're probably quite nervous. They're doing everything simple. That wasn't simple. It was relatively ambitious. But the main thing for Leeds defensively is they haven't really been under the cosh yet, Brady. It's been an even sort of feel to the game. It's been all in midfield rather than anywhere else.
Yeah, Carrie's not had, like you say, that many saves to make, albeit she's had the ball in hand a couple of times. But really great to have her back. It's a first start after surgery, so yeah. It's
chance for Pizzarello from a through ball from Hughes. Sorry to cut you off there, Brad. As Pizzarello was maybe waiting for another runner, she eventually gets one in. Waldron, heavy touch, gives too much for it to the York team, who defend it rather well, and overall defended it superbly, York, because at one point they were fully stretched, looked like they were going to be exposed down the flank, and all of a sudden cut off the passing lanes and ensured that Leeds now only have a throw. Danby wins yet another one for Leeds. You can see with the corner flag how windy it is, which is, I'm sure, what York will claim was the reason for the misjudging of that opening goal. Certainly assisted as it came across the frame, as Walden's throw-in is dealt with immediately by Rowlandson. Pizzarello. Smith's coming all the way across. It's into Russo. Back to Pizzarello, who will try and swing it in. She's gone for the very ambitious first time cross, considering she had time, and there was some spin on that ball as it went behind. But yeah, I mean, Sam Wood's team 18.5 in. Would you be thinking we've got a pleased dugout?
I think he'll be fairly happy so far, yeah. I don't think we've, you know, although they've had a couple of chances, they've not really been clear-cut chances. I think what he will be saying to his team at half-time is just cut out the free kicks, because, you know, some of these are quite needless ones. But apart from that, I think he'll be fairly happy. I think we've played safe when we've needed to. We've got into some good positions. There's been some good hold-up play. So yeah, I'd just like to see a few more chances now, a few shots at goal. Let's test that keeper.
Price digs in. Should win Leeds a throw. Referee's given it the other way. Pizzarello and Price stunned at the call. It wasn't the referee that gave that. He did look down the line to his linesman. Should have been a foul throw, that, but Rowlandson gets away with it into midfield and played back by Hardcastle. Price flicks it around the side door, and now Hughes to Danby. Not that much width at first, so Danby turned away from that right midfield edge. So Waldron looking in. It's a peach of a pass towards Russo. Has to try and bounce the ball off the defender. Nearly gets it back. And York, to their credit, defend it well. Keeper gets the clearance wrong. And Leeds will get another chance from the throw.
Yeah, it was a great ball in, actually, to Jess Russo there, and I think just ricocheted off, and the defender did quite well, to be fair. But yeah, I think we definitely need to test that keeper, because I think we've already seen distribution is not fantastic. I think, you know, from what I've been told, you know, shot stopping wise is good. She's young, but distribution wise, I think if we apply a little bit of pressure, I think we might see some more of those wild clearances, let's say.
Yeah, as you say, she didn't have time to set as Leeds are pulled up for a free kick. And as you say, if it's windy and the conditions are not great underfoot, if you've got that little bit of doubt in your mind, you never know what Leeds could create from it. As York turn it around the side door towards Tinson. She's held it up well. Tried to play it down the line, and she has. Holders away in the middle. They have a player free in Duffield. It's I guess an attempted cross. Simpson's got her handling wrong, and Olivia Smart is there to bail them out. And what looked like a comfortable situation, Leeds put under pressure. Carrie Simpson wiping the gloves, trying to improve that grip for next time.
Yeah, I think the ball from Jess Holder wasn't a great one. It looked like it was just, you know, Carrie was just going to say thank you for passing me the ball. But, you know, she's bound to be a bit rusty. She's not played for a few months. So, you know, we'll let her off on that one. Unfortunately, her teammates there covered her.
No sign of complaint from Smart. As Hughes showing that fight that you seem to hint at, Brady, against her, Dobson, Hughes has done the same. There's been some pretty strong challenges from both teams, some good battles. I think the main thing for me is very few free kicks in reality. The referee has not had to let too much go because it's been pretty clean. Dobson there just coming out of defence to help out. Hughes is further back, so is Pizzarello. Missed touch from a York player. That's allowed Warden to clear and off the defender down the side of the pitch. And we'll just mention what Simon Wood's dugout will be feeling. I think York's will be pretty relatively pleased. They're a relegation candidate at the minute. Conceding into 22 seconds, thereabouts, away from home against a team that are strong at home. And yet, they've put some decent bits of play together. The main thing is they're fighting as well.
Yeah, I think he'll be pleased. It seems to be going down this right-hand side for them more so than the left-hand side. I think with Sophie Tinson and Jess Holder, they seem to work quite well off each other. And then we've got the captain there, Nikki Brown. She's just a very tenacious player, so she doesn't really give you a minute on the ball at all.
Yeah, Pizzarello didn't give Rollinson a minute there either. And Smith comes across to put the pressure on, so you were right about her not enjoying playing on the wing. She comes to the other side to get involved, and coincidentally, how ironic that she's on the opposite wing when she makes the challenge as Leeds concede another throw. Halfway through this first half.
Yeah, she's one of their new signings, isn't she? Ocean Ronaldson. I think she come from Sheffield United in the Championship. So played at a higher level. So it'll be interesting to see, how she gets on in this York team and, how much of an influence she has on this game.
Yeah, played, as you say, a couple of levels higher. And it's that experience. She's at fault here for a nudge in the back of Pizzarello. She got a helping hand from Holder, who pushed a little bit later than that as well. And here we have Turner taking this set piece. Fall to Russo, just about to strike when the York player got in her way. Russo maybe hobbling a little bit, caught the floor rather than the ball as she went to strike it. Out to Holder, and that smart play as Rollinson gets caught. Danby taking it from her. Russo just in back play, still not fully confident to put the foot down, but she's walking on it to try and just get some of that feeling back. A bit of a stinger more than anything, we hope, as the ball is played over Warden's head. She had the time to clear, and Russo there, she is ready to go on the periphery of that defensive work, just trying to get in place as the ball has played it in towards Tinson, looking to try and play it in behind Olivia Smart, who just has that calmness to just adjust the body at the very last second. No sign of a touch early, can't handball it then. But York are starting to win it back a little bit higher at the pitch. Rollinson this time to Tinson. Back heel nearly gets past Dobson, but she gets there and more importantly gets to the second one for the clearance as Russo will win a free kick. And that is what you want if you're a centre half, centre midfielder. You play it to your striker, you're like, please give us a break. Jess Russo does the business. Brilliant
centre forward work there by Jess Russo, because I think we could see there were a couple of panicky clearances there, and we're almost like we were just hitting and hoping and not really getting his foot through the ball, and it just seemed to keep coming back. It was like pinball. So yeah, good bit of work by Jess Russo there, and I think we just need to settle down a little bit because we've just allowed them to get back into the game a little bit the last 5 minutes, and the last thing we want is them growing in confidence.
Dobson playing it in behind. Smith will get to it, might even get a shot away. She does, just doesn't get the bearings right. Maybe not had enough time to look towards goal, but in terms of support play and attacking the ball, she was onto it quickly, has that turn of pace to get there.
The keeper hesitated then to come out, didn't she? But I don't think Cass Smith will want to see that replay back.
Yeah, I mean, angle wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
It was a left foot. We'll let her off because she's right footed.
I wondered as well, did she maybe think taking a touch would spoil the chance? So she's not set herself. That would have, of course, helped. But easy for us to say when you've seen a replay, isn't it? Of course.
Yeah, I'll just give her some stick after the game tonight.
I'm saying nothing. I'm keeping out. That's not my. That's your job, not mine. As York get away on the wing up towards Ash, and she gets away from trouble. Back into the heart of defence they go, and knocking it around well. York on occasions. She's now in towards Jeffels, and she's looking for a way out with a nice ball in towards the captain in the shape of Brown. Down the line to Holder, who's shown she's got a bit about her as well. Rollinson putting Leeds under pressure, and York get a throw. You probably could say they've had the better of it in terms of momentum the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, they worked it out well from the back there, and you know what I do like about this York team is, you know, you look at where they are in the league, and you know they are trying to play football. They're trying to play out from the back. They're not just kind of lumping it forward and playing direct, and you know they're trying to make things happen. And you know so far they've done quite well.
Yeah, Rollinson puts it into an awkward area for Leeds. Good job, Smart was on hand. So was Hughes to clear it away, but York have got it back. Brown's going to have a go from distance. Simpson at stretch, full stretch, tips it round the post. Wasn't set. I don't think Carrie Simpson wasn't expecting a shot. Got herself ready as possible, and Brown's effort. And again, you can maybe see with Simpson with a couple more weeks of confidence playing in goal when you've not played for weeks, she might have caught that. But on that occasion, safety first. And York do have this set piece. It is with the number 10, which is Ella Duffield to take. So for the first time since and called into action, York slowly but surely making her work. Duffield into the near post. Smart dips ahead. Good contact with the ball to get it away. Only as far as Ash. And back to Duffield. It is Smart that's gone to put her under pressure. Duffield, great ball in. Dealt with perfectly by Hughes. And no sign of panic. Good strong contact as Olivia Smart is upended. And overall, Leeds defended that very well.
Yeah, they did. And I think we can say after 27 minutes, I actually think York have had the better chances now. But it was a great save by Carrie initially to just turn that round the corner for a corner. And like you say, we defended it well. Both Smart and Alice Hughes did really well. And Smart, again, did really well to win the free kick there, which has just allowed us just to set back up and just regroup again.
Another free kick which Turner's going to take charge of. Rousseau nearly got to the defender. York have got it back. Ash got the better of Smart, but not for long. Maybe a Smart turns it away. Turner with a bigger clearance, but York pounds on it straight away. I said earlier they're just trying to win a bit more momentum, a bit more of those second balls are picked up as Duffield try to play it in behind to Holder. Price to Hughes. Hughes looking for that pass down the line, nice and safe. She's done that all game so far. Up to Pizzarello. Pizzarello tries to turn Rollinson, doesn't do so. Holder gets back. Those two are combining quite well now for York. And adding the third in with Tinton up front as sideways pass from Brown. Players in Hardcastle concedes the throw for Leeds. Sorry, Brady.
No, I was just going to say, I think what I'd like to see more from Leeds is using the width of the pitch more. I think we've seen it from York a few times where they've gone into the middle and then they've come out and they've used the space really well, especially the width, but I'm not sure that we've played to our strengths yet, and I don't think we're using the pitch as well as what we can do. So I'd like to see us just keep the ball a little bit better. I think we're just snatching at some of the passes a little bit.
Yeah, Smith, that usual robustness of hers in midfield. Rolled it to Hughes, now to Waldron. York being ushed to come across the pitch and push back as Pizzarello gets hold. Takes hold on a bit of a run, tries to squeeze it through. Rousseau doesn't get there from Rollinson. Even more commanding clearance as Waldron's took her eye off the ball. Dobson back to the young left back who will win Leeds United a throw. So half an hour gone. Reminder of the bench tonight. McGeary, Longstaff, Elliott, Astle and Kibble Keating. And Leeds in command if you're just joining us here in LUTV, thanks to a Jess Rousseau 25 seconds or thereabouts, 22 seconds I thought the actual time was for the goal. There's a potential dangerous ball into the box. There's a Leeds player down on the edge of the area. Referee looks across and is he saying that that was inside the area? He's got his arm out. York are protesting. Now the Leeds player was half in, half out at one point. That looks like it could be in to me. The referee had the arm the other way. He's pointing left, which suggests to me it's a free kick only, not a penalty. But we're talking the finest of margins, Brady.
I think watching that replay back, it was difficult to see at first glance, but I think watching the replay back, I think she was in. I think that should have been a penalty. I hate to say it, but I think the referee bottled it a little bit there.
Not for the first time this year. Brady is biased.
Am I allowed to say that?
Brady is you're biased, it's fine. But Brady is very biased towards her teammates. I think you've got a point. That was very, very close, wasn't it? Very, very close. So Olivia Smart has got the ball ready. The goalkeeper set her wall. It's a 4-player lineup. So not the tallest though. Pizzarello is nearby. Olivia Smart said earlier she's not got that many goals. The two dummy it. Pizzabello tries to play it to the far corner. She does. Great set piece routine. Two of them. No breaks between the pair. It's like business is done. They knew what was coming. The rest of the group join in. But that was a very well worked set piece. They just made them hesitate. Smart's little run. The wall hesitated. The keeper moved the opposite direction. Pizzabello places it straight back across the goal. Leeds 2-0.
It was a great free kick, yeah. I mean, she put it exactly where she wanted to put it. I think defensively wise, I don't think they'd be happy with that. I think first of all it was a bit of a clumsy challenge in the first place to give away what we thought was a penalty, but then was a free kick. And yeah, I'm glad to see that go in the back of the net, and she's got another goal. So well done, Charlie.
Ball back to Rebecca Sidwell in the York goal. She goes forward to Jeffels, who tries to get the attack going, the long ball, something York have not really done that much of tonight. So York have attacked down one flank primarily, and they've tried to play it out from the back. They might switch it up to try and catch Leeds out. As the Whites get a throw at Gareth Bannister Prentice Stadium, the home of them this year. Hasn't felt like that in the last couple of weeks with all the cancelled games, but 2 in a week, he'll get that familiarity back. And a real confidence boost to go back to 4th in the table. I mean, because of the games in hand, Brad, there is a real opportunity to finish, top 3, quite high in the table. And you've almost got to switch your mentality into, but that's the goal now.
Yeah, like you say, when you look at it, and you're 6th in the league, almost like mid-table. But when you look at the games, I mean, we've played 14. I think other teams have played 18. Mathematically, it is still possible, and it's such a funny league. Barnsley lost the other week, and they were absolutely flying. I think Hull seemed to be the team to beat at the moment. But we did well against Hull when we played them. So it's just anybody can beat anybody in this league on the day, to be honest with you. So, but we've just got to take each game as it comes, really, and just keep getting these points. And what we don't want to be doing is dropping points, especially against teams below us as well. But we're on track for another 3 points here, Tom, so I'm happy with that. So far, I was just trying to see what the situation was there with Smart, and she held off the number 9 quite well. Great 1-2 with her and Turner. And now plays it into Smith. So Leeds working in tight, close quarters with opposition breathing down their neck. She wouldn't know it, though. Get it downfield and clear, and nearly into the final 10 minutes of this first half. And as you just said there, Brady, so far so good if Leeds want to progress into 4th. But come 10 o'clock this evening. And I think, this is the difference between, where these teams are in the league. I actually don't think it feels like a 2-0 kind of game so far to Leeds. They'll feel a little bit probably hard done by in terms of their performance. But, we've taken our chances ultimately, and they haven't. So, small margins. Yeah. I mean, down at the bottom, you might not often create much. York have created a couple of chances, but there's not been anybody there. And the ones that they have been speculative efforts from the edge of the box that's forced the odd corner here and there. So work for them to do. Do get the feeling though that discipline-wise and attitude, if it is still 2-0, it's still quite a nerve-wracking game for Leeds, because York are going to come at them as they are doing right now. On the attack they go. Options in the box. Try to lay it into Tinson. Nobody there at the far post. And a lack of options. Smart play from Ruben Waldron lets it roll out. But there's another example. Had they been an extra body, Brady, a tap-in was there and it's 2-1. Yeah, I think it's just decision making. I didn't know if she was going to go for the shot there or the cross, and she seemed to go for the cross, but nobody was there. So it's just that decision making in the final third. Yeah, Simpson will take her time here with this goal kick. You've just joined us here on LUTV. Goals from Russo and Pizzarello, the difference so far inside the first 35 minutes. Let's turn it to Smart and back again, or at least she attempted to. Ash has got there first. Tinson's trying to get free in the box. Ash towards, looks for the cutback. The pressure from Turner proves too much in the end, and defensively her fault. She makes amends straight away. You can't ask much more than that as a teammate. Yeah, she seemed to have the pace on Lucy Turner there, but she just did enough just to get a tame shot out of Millie Ash there. So sure Carrie would have been happy with that save, that it just rolled into her hands. But yeah, I mean, obviously they've come on the back of a 2-2 draw against Doncaster Bells. I think they were 2-0 up, weren't they? And then Doncaster got 2 late goals. So again, they'll be they'll be thinking that they should have got a result there, and no doubt after this performance they'll be thinking they should be getting a result here.
Yeah, I should say it's 2 laps of concentration at the back really, but they are the fine moments. So when you're at this level, as you rightly said, Brady, teams that don't switch off are towards the top, and they've kept it basic tonight, York, and that's not being patronising. It's worked very well for them. Hard work, passing to feet, getting it into the channel when you can at the last second to hold her to Tinson. And the way this game has gone, I think Leeds may need a third. So if York do get a goal back, they've got that confidence of the last few weeks of improved performances. So let's see how the final 9 minutes plays out. Pizzarello. Too many bodies in her way as York will clear. Dobson to Turner. Smart was a option out wide. Instead, Catherine Smith is the one that Leeds targeted. Smith is beaten to the ball. Price, though, gets the better of it. Try to play in Danby. Might even reach Pizzarello, and it will do. Her touch forces her wide. Trying to get away from Rowlandson. Who will win this chess match? It will be Charlie-Anne Pizzarello. The goal scorer of the second. She wins Leeds a set piece.
Yeah, I can't remember who had it there. I think it was Lucy Turner. Maybe should have played out wide and kind of played into trouble a little bit, but I think it was good play in the middle there by Leonie Price just to release Charlie. Then I think she did, although it was a heavy touch, she did well to win the corner.
They kept it simple enough. As Smart tries to float the ball in. Keeper gets a hand to it. It's helped York clear the danger. As Tinson goes long and actually picked it up. Duffield. Ash is sprinting in behind. Duffield wants to set herself on a stronger right foot, but never felt confident enough to play that pass and give the ball away. And they've actually worked it well there, York. That's the bit you mentioned earlier. They are playing football. It's not, hoofing it, getting it into, try to use speed. We've played some teams at this level where they have got some speed merchants, so the tactic is down the line and run. That was really smart play. Just, I don't feel confident I'm going to give the ball away. Here, you can have it. And all of a sudden, they're on the attack.
Yeah, I think, like you mentioned, Millie Ash was on a bike there and wanted that ball, but I think it was clever play by Duffield. She couldn't quite find that pass because she was under a little bit of pressure, so just played it simple, little 1-2, and they did really well.
Yeah, Russo probably thought she should have had a free kick there. She was being kicked throughout that move, but the referee let it go. So Rowlandson has the ball. Straight into Danby. Here is Smart. Trying to get it to Price. Price's pass backwards didn't get the intended target. Here is Duffield, who's just come into the game a little bit more for York. She's certainly looked like the creative player they want her to be. Some good balls into the area. It's a player that Leeds will have to watch. So now they do go a bit more route one. Up towards Price. Not sure we've had a switch in defence. I think we might have done with Smart staying out on the left. Looks like we might have had Turner go to right back. Waldron moving to centre, Smart to left. This is temporary, but looks to be permanent enough for now. We'll see how that unfolds the rest of this game as Pizzarello gets hold. And she has pace, and she's using it here, Charlie-Anne Pizzarello. Russo is peeling away at the far post. She tries to dig out the cross towards her. The York keeper has it covered. But overall, good play from Leeds as Smith gets on the attack. So we will get the chance now, Brady, to see if this defence has stayed in that structure, and it has not. Livia Smart has gone back to right back, so it was temporary for a reason or the other. Duffield once again. Ash getting away, but we have seen this number 10 for York, Brady. A couple more touches. She's starting to become like more of a creative player in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
She's the one that's linking midfield to attack.
Yeah, she looks like a really good player, and again, I've already picked out a couple of their danger players, and it's not just one player that can make things happen. It's they've got several really good players, and the league table looks really, really harsh when you look at it. Like I said, 11th in the league, but we've just got to keep switched on because like we've seen, a lapse in concentration, could end up with the ball in the back of our net, which is something that we don't want. It'd be really nice to get a clean sheet. So with 5 minutes to go of this half, I think Simon will be happy going in at 2-0.
Leeds win the throw. The header from Brown was intended to go inside, but she didn't get that connection right. Allows Waldron to take the throw just inside her own half. When she steps forward, though, she will be into that chalk line on the pitch at the Prentice Stadium, and the coaching team just giving out a few more instructions of what they want from that throw from Ruby Waldron, who's settled in at left back, allowing Pizzarello to push further forward. Naturally, Brad, you would think that with Pizzarello a left back herself, there's a bit more defensive structure if she has to get back to stop Holder, but the best of Charlie Pizzarello has come on the front foot tonight.
Yeah, I think, like I say, her natural position is left back, but I think she seems to be quite enjoying being a little bit further up the pitch. Obviously, she's got herself a goal, but we've seen her assisting and scoring, being in that position as well. But she has got the pace and the energy to get back should she need to. But no, I think Ruby's doing a good job so far.
Danby. Pizzarello into Russo. Had a little glimmer at goal. Now she does have one, but she's still going, wants to try and find a better angle. Plays out a pass towards Danby, right into the corner flag. Double deflection. Anyone's guess which way it's gone, but eventually it's Leeds' call. A couple of minutes left. Corner to come, 2-0.
I would have liked to have seen Jess Russo strike the ball there. I think she managed to buy herself a yard or two there, and I think she just tried to pull it back on a favoured left foot. But she scored a few goals this season with the right, so I would have liked to have seen her just have a little bit of confidence and just test that keeper from there, because she wasn't that far out. But that's me as a centre-half saying I'd be shooting from there.
See Smart in possession. It's a high hanging ball again. Keeper for the second time in a row gets the hand to it as an ambitious, I think it was Hughes, going for the ambitious overhead kick. Bit of a smile on her face. You said she'd be up for it tonight.
Yeah, she's not used to scoring many goals in Alice. She does a lot of the doggy work in centre midfield position and plays it nice and steady away. But that was another goal, but it was just a replay, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the opportunities for her to get involved. In fact, we've been given a delayed replay. Leeds have scored a third goal because of the delayed replay. So a missed kick from goal kick. York have given Leeds United yet another goal as Russo has managed to pounce on that occasion, and that just adds to the salt in the wounds of York, who have shown so much spirit, so much heart, and defensively switched off. And as simple as you like, that is, for me, the best finisher in the division in Jess Russo, and wallop 3-0. Yeah,
you said about 10 minutes ago, didn't you, that you wanted a third goal here, and I'm looking at the bench thinking we've got some really good impact players should we need them. But yeah, I mentioned as well about the keeper and the distribution, and defensively, I think they've got a mistake in them. So it was good that we pounced on that, and again, Jess Russo deadly as ever.
Danby into Russo, tries to turn it around the corner, and the defender just knocks the ball away, and that's a bit of a fed up sort of approach, getting up off the floor, because goals have come against them. It's been frustrating to say the least, but Danby nearly getting it in behind, as Pizzarello now has this throw. About 15 seconds left of the normal time. We might get a couple of minutes generic added on, but we haven't had too many issues for the game to come to a halt as Smith and Russo in the penalty area. It's the former that gets to it first. Into Danby. Danby goes back to Pizzarello, who has now got Leeds on the front foot once more. She twists and turns away, fires it out to the right hand side. Only Price is very far forward for where normally she will stand. She's out wide as well. Takes a strong first touch to help her get a bit more of a crossing lane. Sadly, she's overhit it, and behind it goes. So into stoppage time we go, and that third is just put a bit of icing on the cake.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take a little bit of credit for that, because about 30 seconds before I'd said I'd like to see Jess take a strike at goal before it went out for a corner, and then what do you know, she takes a strike and she buries it at the back of the net. So I'm taking some credit.
Yeah, thank you for doing that while I choked. Yeah, I mean, it's the level of finish, wasn't it, that was so good for the third. Hammered home, goalkeeper probably thought, right, we've made a mistake, and then before she could even think about getting herself set, it's in. And she just has that class at this level, Jess Russo. And the way she finishes suggests she could play a higher level as well, as it's out for York. One, maybe perhaps last chance for them to get a goal at the end of this first half. It's probably no more than they deserve, as Duffield takes it on, goes past the defence. Dobson went for a committed sliding challenge, and as desperate as it looked, it was needed, Brady, because Duffield had turned them inside out. As that is the end of the first half, and as comfortable on the scoreline as we'd like, perhaps doesn't tell the full story, but York at the back have shown some frailties that suggest why they're in that bottom two, but they'll come out fighting, so will Leeds, and you can join us in around 15 minutes time for second half coverage.
I used to have your email, but who was organising? Kate come and did the walk on when you played Bradford. I'll get one call. He's been a captain and all that, so it might be a little bit. What's his name? Louis next. I've got it all written down on my pad somewhere. Right, Charlie. Yeah, you're ready.
Welcome back to LUTV's coverage as Leeds United Women will resume action. They're 3-0 to the good as they take on York City Ladies on home soil at the Ballata Prentice Stadium, should I say, here in Garforth, as Jess Russo who's on a hat-trick. A goal in 22 seconds, a goal in the 44th minute. And if she starts the second half like she did the first, that hat-trick will be wrapped up in a few mere seconds. But Leeds scoreline, being myself, Tom Hill and Bradley Hannon would try to say, well, Leeds deserve to win because they've just got that class up front to finish. We did say, Bradley, at half-time together that York should probably feel a little bit hard done to because of some of the passing they've tried to put together, the football they've tried to play. They've done it here again with Ash will break off because they're on the front foot and across into the near post, and Simpson may have called for that. I'm guessing she has to have called for it because Dobson left it, but Simpson again just showing signs of that rustiness. Unless she's just trying to keep me and you on our toes, Brady, alongside it. That wasn't a good. I mean, she's clearly confident to ask for it, but just lost the bearings again at the last second.
I think it's bound to happen. I think for any player that's been injured and out for a period of time, I think you can almost just tell more from a goalkeeper point of view. Whereas if a midfielder gave the ball away, you wouldn't kind of bat an eyelid as much.
Down the line they go. Hughes is just trying to usher the player away from trouble in towards Turner. Good turn from Smart, and York player is still down. Leeds may feel the sympathy to knock this ball out. They will do so, and it is Millie Ash that's on the floor needing or requesting some treatment on that left knee. So Leeds, they go with Simpson, Smart, Waldron, Dobson, Turner, Hughes, Price, Danby, Smith, Russo and Pizzarello. Is the McGeary, Longstaff, Elliott, Assel and Kibril Keating on the bench. The York player is in some discomfort here. We do wish her well. We don't want to see her in any pain. She was certainly down, struggling, and real frustrations there for the player. Hopefully it doesn't look it's not as serious as it first looks, because she's in some serious discomfort at first, and we hope it's something that they can fix up, and we move on for now. We don't want to focus too much attention on that, but we send Millie Ash our regards for an injury, Bradley, because you never want to see any player get injured in a serious manner. We get to see a couple of replays of that. The goals we've had tonight. So the first coming from a Russo cross-come shot. The second, a free kick won by Catherine Smith, which Caroline Pizzarello dispatched before the efforts towards Smith, and Smith into Russo, and as deadly as she is, one touch, second touch in the back of the net. So it's a stop-start second half as we see the coaching team, Rebecca Bass, captain, coach, of course, she's been recovering from a long-term injury. We've got other players in the group have had long-term injuries, and it almost feels like such a long time since, because it has been a long time since Rebecca Bass has played out there, but I've just got used to her standing on the sideline like a maniac, because she hasn't changed her passion from pitch to sideline, has she?
No, she's still the loudest one at Gaff of Town tonight, no doubt. But yeah, I mean, I've been up to Thorpe Arch a couple of times, and she's working hard in the gym, and it's just it's baby steps at this point. Obviously, she did have a really serious injury with ACL, MCL, several different things wrong with the knee, unfortunately. But she's now back in training, so that's good to see. But as ever, she's present, and she makes her voice known.
Yeah, that is Millie Ash that's struggling to put well on that leg. I think she'll be replaced. She will be. So our thoughts are with her. The injury she picked up has been one that she can't run off. Main thing is she can put a bit of weight on that leg, but we do send our wishes as Kelly Garcia is on in her place. And we don't know too much about Garcia. Ash was one of those players that you mentioned straight off the role of the commentary, Brady, that a player you expected to be a danger. So it's a small win if you wanted it, but you don't know what Garcia is going to bring to the party, so it could be just as dangerous.
Yep, I don't know anything about Garcia other than she sounds Spanish, so if it's just anything like...
One thing I will say is Leeds did keep Millie Ash relatively quiet. It was the other players that were pretty dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm wondering if Simon Wood maybe did a little bit of research to say let's keep her quiet on that side, but you mentioned it earlier that she was against Olivia Smart, and not very many players get the better of her, so yeah, I mean, it's good for us, like you say.
Yeah, Smith is caught in possession. She will try her best to go and win it back. On the front foot, York trying to attack with Brown. She's got opposite number, and Olivia Smart digging in to try and win it back. She will win the challenge. Referee does the right thing to let the game flow. There was no free kick there. As the number 3 in possession is Collins to Brown, who was just a little bit overstretched there, and second half not really settled down after that injury, so Leeds will get the chance to just grow into the game. Price turns, had all the time to do so. Out to Smith. Smith went first time into Russo, and now Garcia gets on her bike trying to attack, and first couple of touches were positive. She runs into traffic, into Tinson, who's done this all night, held up the play really well. Looking to get onto that through ball, but overhit. Olivia Smart can't see it out though. Wasn't going to be possible. Simpson gets the clearance away only as far as Brown. Garcia works the 1-2. York keeping possession again as the cross comes in from Collins. She didn't have, when you look at that technique, she didn't have the faith in it that she wanted to just guide it in, whereas if she'd have had the conviction to get it in the box, that's where it'd have gone. But again, York, front foot, ball on the floor, they're trying to play football, and in a relegation scrap, you might not get time, but they're trying.
Yeah, I think from a midfield point of view, at times they have got the better of our midfield, and they've worked it out really well at times, but I think it's the 2/3, isn't it? It's defensively, they've let themselves down a little bit, and then up front they just lack that little bit of quality like what we have in Jess Russo.
Yeah, forward it goes, and just about get forward. It's only as far as Danby, out towards the left hand side for Waldron, who gets a decent touch front foot pass out towards Russo. Waldron's pass doesn't come to anything. Danby gets in the way though as York win a throw, so no real need for the coaching team of Leeds Simon Wood's team Brady to change much. 3-0 scoreline is of course very welcomed as Duffield gets away. She was a player that the longer the game went on, the more of a problem she became. She's on the attack again to Brown. Brown tries to return the pass, can't do so first time, rolls it left, and as far as Collins, she tries to get the beating of Smart, who went to ground. The shot come in, it was a bit of a scrappy effort. It hit Duffield accidentally, and Simpson gets her hands on the ball. But would you argue against York have been the better second half team so far?
No, I probably wouldn't. I don't think we've had a chance in this half. Yeah, I think, you know, when we talk about the bench, I think Simon Wood will be looking at making some changes soon. I think if anything, just to give some of the girls on the bench some game time, because, you know, we don't want any injuries and things like that. So I think it's important to keep the legs fresh, albeit they've not played for a couple of weeks. But yeah, there's definitely some players on that bench that, you know, are going to be, you know, probably warming up in front of him, thinking, you know, get me onto this game. I want to be part of this. I want to get the next goal. And especially with, you know, some of the strikers that we've got on the bench. Katie Astle, you know, she's had a good season since she stepped up to the first team this season. So yeah, I reckon she's going to be itching to get on.
Yeah, they'll be hoping there's a hat-trick in the bag and make a few changes to give players a run out. Got to keep the players fresh, of course, with Sunday another game on the home soil as Price gets a toe to the ball, only to turn it back into York. Leeds wanted to throw, they get one, and Collins unable to get the better of Catherine Smith. Smart does well, refuses to move her feet to hold that territory. And Rousseau with a nutmeg at the other end. And we mentioned at half-time that she's got the ability in front of goal. There isn't many better finishers at this level than Jess Rousseau, but it's that dropping into number 6 in midfield because there was a bit of an issue at the back. And it's the hard work that often goes underappreciated, not by the group, I'm sure.
No, I think, you know, as a centre half, I know that I can just ping the ball forward, and she's a willing runner. But like you mentioned, she does a lot of defensive work as well. Yeah,
Smith trying to do more of the dirty work by trying to attack on the front foot and just dink the ball over. Didn't have much room to manoeuvre Catherine Smith, and that's why York got it away. And again, they aim for the 1-2. Duffield gets the return pass wrong. Heavy touch from the fullback Rollinson. That's allowed Danby to get on the ball via a touch from Hughes. Danby was waiting for the run of Waldron, who eventually came and now tries to deliver a ball. What a ball it is. Rousseau, first touch not the best. Second, tries to turn it towards goal, and it has. There is the hat-trick. And a really good ball in, begging for a touch. Jess Rousseau didn't get the perfect one first time around. She got the perfect one the second time around. That's a hat-trick. Yet another fantastic night in the Leeds United shirt for Jess Rousseau. And it is 4-0.
Yeah, it's not the first hat-trick that she's had this season, Tom. I'm not sure how many she's on now, but yeah, really good play and a fantastic ball in. And, you know, from a defensive point of view, I'm going to be critical. And there were a couple of occasions there where the defenders, you know, could have really had a bit of no-nonsense about them and just cleared the ball. I think the first person missed it, and the second one, I think, pretty much hit it into her own net. So from a defensive point of view, again, you know, York will be really disappointed with that. And, you know, we've talked about, you know, the game itself and does it feel like 3 or 4-0 game, and, you know, when you look at both ends of the pitch, you know, York have done well in parts, passed the ball well, worked out from the back, some good 1-2s, got into some good areas, but yeah, defensively wise, they've unfortunately it's cost them the game, I think, today.
Yeah, forward it goes to Brown. Duffield again trying to combine those two in centre midfield. Have certainly caught the eye for their partnership, and as you say, defensively it's what's let them down tonight, especially and that lack of a finish up front that could maybe keep Leeds on the back foot. As Brown turns inside, Hardcastle tries to turn it forward looking for Holder. Turner actually turned it in towards Holder, who went for goal, and that is the finish they've been lacking. Difficult at full stretch. I thought she was going to turn it inside and lay it off. Simpson was committed. There was a simple little tap across goal if she wanted it, and very easy for me to say when you've had, and I'm sat here with no chances. She thinks just turn it over the goalkeeper, and there's some serious power behind that. Yeah,
I think Lucy Turner's probably very happy to see that ball fly over the net. Could have easily been a goal that with Jess Holder's quality, but I think actually Carrie running out like she did then, I think it did enough just to put her off. But yeah, defensively wise, I think we switched off a little bit there.
Yeah, so changes to come. So number 14 in the York colours and the number 20, so they're on the pitch now. And one of those making way is Duffield. And the Leeds United change was for Sian Kibril-Keating. She's entered the fray in midfield. Bridie, was that for Leonie Price?
It was, yeah.
So number 8 makes way. So the changes, Hodgson and Nanga for York. And Kibril-Keating on for Leeds in the number 11 jersey. And her first touch is going to be in an attacking one. Good feet to get her way. Just doesn't have the support she wanted, but she's driving to try and put the goalkeeper under pressure. Nearly an instant impact from the sub. She's inspired by Jess Russo's 22-second goal, I see, as a free kick given against Leeds with Waldron. Anything to say on Kibril-Keating, Brad, what you've seen, or part of the group, as what she brings to the party?
I think she's a really exciting young player. I think she spent most of the season with the reserve team, but you know, she's been bagging goals in for fun there, and you know, kind of catching the headlines a little bit. So she stepped up to the first team, training with them, playing with them, and she's done really well so far. So yeah, I'm glad that, you know, she's going to get some good game time, and what you will see is that work rate, and she won't give up, and she's very tenacious. But yeah, I'd like to see her in some goal scoring positions as well.
Danby has it. She plays it out towards the left hand side, towards Waldron. Pizzarello dropped the shoulder and tried to turn. Would have been a perfect move had the right back not been ready and waiting. Towards down the right hand side to Tinson. Turner trying to cover. Gets a shoulder barge to the deck for her troubles, but does cover, as Leeds still have this 4-0 cushion, thanks to that miss-hit shot from Holder. Holder swings the ball in, only reaches Rollinson, who delays the pass. Holder is then offside, and York just a touch frustrated again. Certain combinations have worked really well. Holder and the number 9 Tinson, Rollinson and Holder, Duffield and Brown. You get the impression if they can avoid the drop and they can keep the nucleus of this team and the odd tweak, there'll be a team that could be in a higher position next year. But that isn't how football works. I mean, you know, there'll be, if we were neutral, we might have watched the game and said, "Oh, they deserve a goal." But I mean, you will never ever sit here next to me and say the other team deserves a goal. You just don't have it in you.
No, I mean, looking at the last few results that they've had, and in particular the one against Charlie where they lost 6-1, they obviously managed to get a goal there, which I always find quite strange when obviously the opposition put 6 past you. But you know, we've seen it here before, haven't we, where, you know, we've put a number of goals past teams and then, you know, a team scored in the last minute to... Well,
we had that heavy victory, didn't we, in the cup a few months back, when the best goal of the game was for the
That's right, yeah.
other team. So we racked up double figures, and yet the best goal was from the other team.
Yeah, that's right.
And that is what happens in football. Our mark gone. Kibril-Keating wins a free kick. Referees explaining the reasoning behind it to Emily Cattle, who will continue to voice her displeasure. So a heavy touch. I mean, she can't have any complaints as she sighs down Kibril-Keating. It was right in front of the referee, so not much you can do as a looping ball forward, headed away, back out into the heart of midfield, and there's a great goal. And it's come from a set piece. I think it could be, is it Hughes that might have got it? Hughes, well, you said it, Bridie, you called it. She would be as determined as anybody out there tonight to make an impression. Goal scoring exploits is not something I expected, but she brought it under control. She teed it up. That is a beauty. Leeds United 5, York 0.
She will be absolutely buzzing with that. I mean, I said in the first half that she's not known for a goal scoring ability when she tried the overhead kick, I think it was. But I mean, that was a peach of a goal. Really, really well worked. Could the keeper have tipped it over? I'm not sure. But you know, it was a great strike, and you know, thoroughly deserved for the work and effort that she puts in every week, and against your old team as well. It just makes it a little bit sweeter, doesn't it?
Yeah, it certainly does, as the ball is just cleared away by Turner. Gets it clear on the front foot. York, not for a change, but just for the first time since that goal, and Turner forced to do some defensive work. And that is one thing you will say about York tonight. There's been no sign of feeling sorry for themselves. It's like a reset almost and start again. That may change if the scoreline gets away from them any further, as the ball is played out of play down the right-hand side.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, when you go 3 or 4 goals down, you could think, God, I don't want this to get any worse. Let's just park the bus and not concede anymore. But, credit to them, they're trying to get a goal.
Yeah, that's certainly the case. There's been another change. Number 15 is onto the pit field now. Grace Hemmings introduced. And I think it was Rowlandson that had come off. She was running from the right-hand side of the pitch. So suggests that that's the right back that has made way. And it does appear to be the case. As Leeds concede a free kick. So Hemmings on. So York, again, just giving players a chance. If you're in a relegation scrap, your manager needs to know what he's got. Of course, just been brought in, so doesn't know if he doesn't give them an opportunity. It's midfield, York just knocking the ball around. Nanga. And again, there's just this reset button. We need to keep playing football. We need to keep playing on the front foot. And they're doing it again. They've set up that way, York. On the front foot with Brown. And Smart gets across, and a great feat from Olivia Smart. Just about to run it out of play, but she had better ideas than that. And she applauds herself. Let her know via the commentary that Brady Hannon was doing any magnanimous applause to the right of me. Again, like we said at half time, didn't we? She has so much quality at full back. She hasn't got forward that many times tonight. But such a great campaign again for her as Garcia gets on the front foot. Smart drops into defence. It's in the area. Dobson loses track of it. Hughes doesn't. It's a good job. She was needed because the York player was about to pounce. As Smith plays it forward, sends Russo onto a chase. She is going to run it down as well and just force York to make a throw. And again, as a coach, she must be a dream because she's got the hat-trick, but it's those instances. Some people, when you've got a hat-trick, it's 65 minutes. I'm not chasing that down. She doesn't chase it. York have a simple pass out the back.
Exactly. You're 5-0 up and she scored a hat-trick. So, why would she? But it's just what's ingrained in her. She's just such a hard worker. And, to be honest, I suppose, from a defensive point of view, she just played safe. But I would have gone back to the keeper if I was Rebecca Jeffels on that occasion.
Smith on the front foot, wins a corner. Kirill Keating was waiting, but a chance for a set piece for Leeds.
Yeah, I don't feel like we've had many in this game. I think normally we like to see players like Izzy Elliott in there because she's obviously got the height, but no doubt Alice Hughes might be trying to get her second of the game, so we shall see.
Danby's ball in towards Smith. First touch will pick out Turner. Back to Danby. Doesn't have the power to get to anyone else in a white shirt. There was a lot of players at the far post. Danby was trying to go edge of the 6-yard box as Leeds win another throw. 66 minutes gone. York marking up defending as Leeds are just going to start again and wait for defenders to get into certain areas. It should have been Olivia Smart will take the throw.
It's interesting though, isn't it? Because when I think about how many chances we've actually had and how many saves the keeper's had, to score 5 goals, you'd think we'd have had at least 10, 15 shots at goal, and I don't think we have. So it just goes to show the ruthlessness that we've had, which I'm sure Simon Wood will be happy about. But equally, I think he'd want us to be creating more chances as well.
Yeah, still a long time to go, wasn't there? Because tiredness might kick in. For Leeds as well, not playing for a few weeks, you don't know which way it's going to go. They might be fresh after a break, but then that lack of match practice might soon take hold. There's a huge try to play it forward, intercepted by Nang, who's added a bit of extra energy that York midfield since coming off the bench. But the York subs have made a contribution. As Turner goes back to Simpson, didn't really fully set for Simpson. The strikers worked very hard to get across. And a clearance off of York head will eventually turn it inside. Smart dispossessed. It's a strong challenge from Kirill Keating. In fact, no, it's not. It's gone the other way. I thought she got a decent touch to the ball, but I thought because it was a bit strong, the referee had gone with a York free kick. But as it was, because Kibble Keating won it by turning into the ball.
She used her body well, didn't she, there too? It was quite clever right in front of the referee's nose. But no, a minute before that, obviously Lucy tried the back pass to Carrie Simpson there, and I think it just needed a little bit more on it, because it kind of got Carrie in a little bit of trouble there. But, you know, credit to the York player who, you know, we keep saying they're not giving up, and, you know, they are fighting for every ball, so fair play to them.
Yeah, so changes there. So we have Lendl on for Tinson. Katie Assel has come on. I think she's gone to left wing, and that is Ruben Waldron off. Pizzarello to left back. So the attacking lineup gets more of a familiarity to it in terms of Katie Assel up front with Jess Russo, something we've seen countless times this season. Another youngster coming through that's done herself no shame at all this year. She's put in some very good performances.
You just, like you say, have created a bit of a partnership there. I think Katie normally works down the left, and, you know, she's putting some really good crosses, which Jess Russo has managed to get on the end of quite a few times this season, and she's grabbed a few important goals herself. So, you know, she's looking at this scoreline again. She's got some 22 minutes odd to go, plus stoppage time, so I'm sure she'll be wanting to get on the score sheet as well.
Yeah, Smith tried to turn it round the side door, but misplaced pass into midfield. They're on the front foot, trying to get away from trouble. Garcia did everything right until that last pass. And Turner misplaces the clearance, trying to go down the line as a...
I think she's made a good impact as Garcia since she's been on. She's been a bit of a nightmare to play against, I think, but Alice Hughes has just been reliable. You know, if one of their players gets past one of our players, it always seems like it's Alice Hughes there ready to mop up.
She's such a helping hand as Russo digs in yet again. Goes to the ground. Hughes. Simple ball to Pizzarello, who just takes a slight dummy, which gives herself that room to manoeuvre. Danby try to attack down the left, and we haven't seen Sarah Danby have to do that too much today. She's the creative person in midfield, but on her bike on the left hand side, try to help out. Of course, as a left footed player, perfect position to swing the ball in, just wouldn't sit for her as we approach the final 20 minutes. So Leeds in a really comfortable, commanding position and looking for more goals. On the front foot, Kibble Keating just takes it away from her with the first touch. Out to Danby, her touch heavy as well. York, second clearance in a row. I don't need to even ask you what you want for the end of the night, because clean sheet's going to be the first thing out your mouth. As York have got a player down, but the referee says that she doesn't need treatment. But with another game coming up, you know, winning clean sheets, sort of very cliche to say, isn't it? But you just want to just rack them up, don't you? So it doesn't matter if they don't score any more tonight. It's already a resounding victory. But defensively, the main thing now is a shutout going into Sunday. Yeah,
the girls will be really pleased with this, and obviously, you know, Carrie Simpson will be pleased. First game back, clean sheet as well. It doesn't matter who you're playing or how the game's gone. You know, to not concede a goal, you know, for any team is fantastic, and to score 5, and I think it'll be more. I think we'll definitely get a couple before the end of this game. So, you know, it just sends out a bit of a message, doesn't it, to the rest of the league? You know, like we said, Chorley did win 6-1. Sorry, the other day against York. So, you know, I'd like to actually do one better by not conceding and scoring a few more.
Here's a header from Assel as a Leeds player down, and into the 6-yard box. She's getting to her feet and waiting for this goal kick to be taken. Yeah, just to try to guide it, wasn't she, Katie Assel there inside the last 20 minutes. And as we said all night, York, no interest in going long. They want to play it on the floor. Nanga's caught the eye in midfield. He's coming off the bench. Every time she's got the ball, she's wanting to just spray it around, keep it nice and compact. She's played it backwards there. Runs into traffic, turns into trouble. Didn't get the call she needed. Hughes, Russo, trying to stay on side is Katie Assel. She's managed to get on the front foot. Assel sets herself, shot comes in into that far corner. York are appealing for offside. They get their appeals heard. Katie Assel's goal is ruled out. What a finish anyway.
That was a fantastic finish. I said, didn't I, when she came on, that, you know, she's going to want to get on the score sheet. But no, I'm surprised. I'm surprised to see that ball go in the back of the net from that angle there. I think, you know, the keeper's not the smallest keeper. But yeah, unlucky for us, I would say.
Smart goes back into Simpson. Simpson, no plan to control it and build it out. She went for distance and gives York yet another throw in. And again, there's just that little bit about them. They want the ball in hand quickly. They want him to try and get on the score sheet. And if you're in this position, if you could imagine, Bridie, what the York situation will be in relegation zone, you know, a goal could be a confidence boost for the next game, as Garcia's flagged offside. We know tonight, barring a dramatic turnaround, they've lost this game. But if you get a goal, you're in a relegation scrap, you can build on it for next week.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the manager needs to do some analysis with the team, because it's not all bad. You know, you look at that and you think, well, we've not scored and we've conceded 5 so far. So you think it's, you know, shocking at both ends. But, you know, watching the game, you know, there's some really good stuff coming out of this York team, and they've got some really good players. So I think for them, they obviously need to, you know, keep hold of some of the better players and maybe look at recruiting some more. But really, if I was their manager, I'd be digging into each of the goals that they've conceded, and, you know, the start of a training session, getting the girls to watch it, because, you know, some of the mistakes are coming from experienced players at the back, which really shouldn't be happening, and it's cost them the game tonight, unfortunately, and probably other games as well.
Yeah, here's Holder, turns away, goes for goal. Brilliant. It really is good from the York number 7. They get their goal, and Jessica Holder, who's been a threat all night, and of course we love to be biased on this TV channel and express our gratitude to the Leeds players. You do have to say that's a really well taken finish. Carrie Simpson's off her line, Holder knows it, wallop.
That's what Jess Holder's capable of. Seen it time and time again. Played against her, like I said, so I know exactly what she's capable of. But I would have liked to have seen Carrie Simpson at least attempt to jump for that, because there may have just been an opportunity just to tip it over. But like you mentioned, she was off the line, and it was a fantastic strike, so not taking anything away from Holder there. But yeah, I mean, we've just said it. You know, how have we conceded when we're controlling the game in such a manner? It's disappointing.
Danby on the front foot, try to play it into the channel for Russo. You're playing it out from the back, and they'll have a taste for it now, scoring the first. The way the manner they've scored as Holders try to get on the front foot to get past Turner, and the way they've played a character tonight, you wouldn't expect them to lie down. They'll want a second. But it's been I wouldn't say it's quiet, a bit harsh, because obviously Kate has had a goal disallowed, but second half has just sort of breezed by. It's difficult, isn't it, when you're winning by a commanding lead, to keep churning it out all the time.
Yeah, it is, and it's about keeping that level of performance in it. And I don't think, you know, from a possession point of view, we've not, you know, kind of had the ball, you know, most of the time, I'd say. But in terms of the chances and the ruthlessness that we spoke about, I mean, I would much rather have the goals than the chances, of course. But, you know, they'll be looking at this game, and although they've got a goal back, it's a tall order for them to come back and get a result. But, you know, they're going to want to make that scoreline look a little bit better, I'd say.
Down the line looking for Russo. Overhit pass, sliced out of play into the final 10 or 15. And they're in command here with a 5-1 scoreline. Leeds just got to try and settle down after that goal. Make sure York don't get any more joy. As Nanga goes back in. From York's perspective, you would have thought that they can build on this this performance. Certainly Leeds can do the exact same thing, because, you know, losing last time out, close games to Durham Sestriot, such a confidence boost to get 5 goals back under your belt. But still not fully over this, as Smart loses out. Holder cuts inside, Kibble Keating wins the ball back. It shuts that attack down as the flag goes up to stop Jess Russo. A nod of the head from linesman Bridie Hannon.
Yeah, she was a few yards off there. It was a good pass by Kath Smith there, but she was a few few yards off. But yeah, I think again a little bit of lapse concentration from the back there, and we talk about how reliable Olivia Smart was, but I think from an awareness point of view, I don't know if she knew how close the York City player was behind her, so we didn't quite get out of trouble there.
Holder spins, turns, rolls it out to the touchline for Collins. Olivia Smart bumps her off. She might get a slight touch to it. She does, but it had gone out of play anyway for a goal kick. Right place, right time for Olivia Smart. Into the final 13 minutes. That's another player for York that has got forward well tonight in Collins. End product hasn't been there for her this evening, but her effort has put Leeds on notice more than once in the last few minutes. And throughout the night she's been a real nuisance as Turner makes her way forward. Turns away, Smith. Smart into Kibble Keating, looking for the through ball. Leeds have got two central strikers. That was the invite dangled in front of her. Gets the pass wrong as York again build out from the back. Further wide, Smith gets to it.
Not sure what that was.
Yeah, Smith does have that in her locker, that robustness where she just goes for a no-nonsense sort of approach. And it wasn't a pass, it wasn't a clearance. Whatever it worked, it didn't trouble Leeds as Pizzarello should be, that should be a free kick. It's gone out. Danby claiming she kept it in, but Pizzarello upended. And she's been quiet second half because she's gone back into left back. Haven't had much of the play down her side. But that's what she offers you, that little zipper of speed, Bridie, to get in there before the striker was coming.
Yeah, I don't mind my left back having a quiet game because it just shows how well we're doing. I think obviously, Sarah Danby's had a quiet game as well. That's not because she's doing anything wrong. I think it's just where the ball's been played, to be honest. But yeah, I think a couple of minutes before when we looked like we were breaking, I think Sian Keating just played the wrong pass. I think Danby out on that left hand side had quite a bit of space with her hands up in the air, kind of screaming for the ball. So it's just about having that awareness. But it was better from Leeds there.
Into York centre half position to build out from the back. Out to Collins. Space limited by the on-rushing Olivia Smart. Holder, the goal scorer for York, runs into traffic. Catherine Smith getting back, and again, the wingers that started this game in Smith and Pizzarello do have that in their locker to work hard defensively. Another example of it there. York turning backwards, misplaced pass, miscommunication because the defender expected it to feet. Player did not give it that way as Russo was looking to attack all the time. And just double checking, triple checking, quadruple checking that the coast was clear before she laid it out to Hughes. Or Dobson, should I say. Now is Danby. Danby prods it forward into Katie Assel. Assel, great feet. Kibble Keating lurking in the penalty area. She just tried to turn it around the corner. Upended as she did so. But another example of Katie Assel's footwork getting her into some good areas.
Yeah, I think just before that, some really good work by Ellie Dobson as well. Some fancy footwork, and played it nice and simple out to that left-hand side to start the attack.
Pizzarello, front foot again. So much attacking play tonight. They've been one touch out the feet, attacking all game. York have done the same. It's meant for a lot of 50-50 China's in midfield. It's made a lot of defensive work. And it has been that class. If you just join us in the final 10 minutes, the Leeds player goes to ground. I said it earlier, I'm not often right. You normally are. But I did say, I wonder if Leeds would tire due to lack. I can't remember which player it was about. I think it was Catherine Smith today on social media was saying that she should have played 7 games in the time frame that they've played. No. It's going to take its toll, isn't it? So Sunday could be tired legs towards the end of that 2 games in 3 days.
I think the pitch as well, because we have had some rain, it is soft, and that generally does, tire you out more so than normal. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of teams in the same position as us. So it's not just us, but this is why sometimes having a bigger squad does help. Which the injuries haven't helped us this season, but the girls do work hard, and outside of training, they're often spending time in the gym and stuff. Charlie and Pizzarello and Kath Smith are often in the gym together as well. So the girls work hard to try and stay fit, and you know, we've got firefighters and PE teachers and things like that in the squad as well that, you know, training twice a week. That's just not, you know, their only fitness that they have, so they're prepared for it.
Yes, a couple of balls being supplied at the same time at the Bannister Prentice Stadium, so referee having to stop the game with 8 minutes left. Pizzavello will eventually get it back underway. Nudged off the ball by Nanga. Good clearance from the edge of the box in from Hughes. And it's Dobson again at the centre half spot. So that central battle in midfield, the two centre backs, Hughes have had a good partnership. The referee wants a word with one of the York players, clearly unhappy. And the number 14 is Annie Hodgson, who's talked herself into trouble. She didn't want to hear what the official had to say, but whatever she did wrong was enough for a card. I was about to say we haven't seen that many subs last few minutes, and a big smile on the face as Izzy Elliott gets to come on, replacing Dobson, like for like, at the heart of defence. Another youngster that, you know, has grown into a position this year, grown in confidence, and you'd like to think last couple of months of this year, certainly next year, start to see an even better level. So she's on, and without disrespecting Dobson, because I think she's, you know, done well back there tonight, you look at Elliott and think, right, that's a like for like, isn't it? You know, you've not put a youngster on for minutes, you've put a youngster on because she deserves to be there.
Yeah, definitely, and she's been part of the first team set up for quite a while longer. You know, look at, you know, Katie Astle and players like that. They've only just come up kind of this season, really. Izzy's been with us for quite a while, so, you know, she's been in a lot of games, a lot of important games, and she's stepped up when she's needed to due to injuries or whatever else. Bagged herself a few goals as well, so, you know, like you say, she's not just come on just to make up the numbers or, you know, things like that. You know, she's a very, very good player in her own right. Had a couple of injuries as well, so, you know, again, everyone's, you know, still kind of, you know, getting back to that full fitness, because like what you've mentioned a few times, having a few games out, you know, you can be a little bit rusty, but, you know, the guys will be pleased with this 5-1 performance when they've not played for a bit.
Yeah, down the right hand side, just overrunning it, Olivia Smart into the final few minutes of this game. And the change coming with Abby Longstaff entering the fray, and a very short walk for Catherine Smith, who again worked hard there tonight. So Longstaff, another player off the bench, and just trying to get a succession line, of course, try to build a squad that can compete at the top end of the table. These youngsters stepping off the sub bench will get a chance to impress. I guess that's what it gives you when you've got a 4-goal cushion with 4 minutes left. You do get that little bit of breathing space.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's, you know, it's credit to the Leeds United regional talent teams and things like that, and you know, the work that the reserves have done, and, you know, from the under-18s and 16s, etc. Because historically, we've not been in a position to use some of the younger kids, but, you know, the level and the quality and the gap is closing. So it's really good to see quite a few of them out there tonight getting some first-team football. Yeah,
Kimberly Keating was showcasing her skills there. The pass wasn't able to match it, but tremendous turn in midfield as Collins gets it for York. Step over to try and play Holder in, but didn't read it, allowing Turner a simple touch at the back. Smart to Hughes, who I think has completed the set now, beat a former team, scored a half volley from 20 odd yards out, and now has just turned away past a former teammate. Smart's level of competitiveness knows no bounds. Scrapping away for a ball that's about to go out for a throw-in, then hooking onto the player's short to make sure she can't get away. That's a captain's performance as Nanga gets it. Front foot pass over the top again. Again, it's just this attacking play from York. They've not taken a backward step, have they, every night? Every game tonight. Every pass, every play. It's been attack, attack, attack. And you do wonder, would they be better compact at the defence if they did take their time a bit? I know, a bit pointless now at 5-1, but sometimes they have rushed a few things.
Yeah, they have, and they've done that at both ends of the pitch, which has cost them. But I think the midfield has been quite good, and there's been some good wide play as well, and some good 1 and 2 touches, and you can tell they work quite well as a team, and they seem to know where each other are, and they work together as a team. But it's just sometimes there's a couple of dodgy passes here and there that's cost them the game, as we've mentioned a few times.
Down the line, looking for a flick on for Holder. Smart gets a touch to the ball. Collins testing Smart, gets the better. With the substitute Hodgson running it towards the goal line. They'll get a throw in here. Turner turning it away to stop the corner. Holder with the ambitious effort, which is got the appetite with a goal cutting in and shooting from afar. Then I don't have any surprise at all that she went for that, just didn't get the connection. Routine save for Carrie Simpson.
Yeah, I was expecting a bit more from Jess Holder, and I think she was in herself. She didn't quite execute what she wanted in her head, I think, there.
Yeah, Danby makes a mistake in midfield. Brown, Holder again going for it and shooting at distance. Now she apologises, but she's got the appetite for it. We've got a couple of minutes left, Brady. I mean, naturally a player of the match is very simple with a hat-trick scorer, but you're always defensively minded. That's what I love about commentating with you. You just, he's defensive first. Is there anyone else that can take it from, or is it as simple as it is?
Do you know what? It's not simple, no, because I think, you've mentioned Jess Russo's work ethic and the finishes. I think the first goal, potentially a fluke. Third goal, a little bit scrappy, but the second goal was class. But I think for me, I would have to go with Alice Hughes, just because I think she's been so reliable. She's done some really important interceptions. She bagged a goal herself. Yeah, I think for me, I'd go Alice Hughes.
Collins is going for it ball. It's going to work into a perfect cross to the far post. Leeds getting there, and some last-ditch defending, and right on cue, Alice Hughes clearing the ball off towards the line, making sure they can't score a second. Bronnie Hannon has just given you the award for her player of the match, and that is why.
Yeah, she had no right to get to that ball, actually, from where she was and where the striker was. But yeah, brilliant defending once again.
Brown turns away from Smart, just overruns it. She claims it didn't go out of play. Unless they are saying it's a goal kick. Well, if they are, that's a poor call, because that took a big deflection off the Leeds leg. And no wonder York are protesting. It's that passion you love. 5-1 down, there's about 20 seconds left of the normal game, and you're seething at the fact that didn't get given your way. But the right call is the throw-in. I think that did go, so no reason for them to protest too much. Into stoppage time we go. Down the line to the recent sub Longstaff on the ground fighting for possession. Throw into York. Russo was letting that go because she thought it was but has given us a free kick, so Russo stands on it to try and make sure Holder's unsettled. She is, to the point where she has to reset the ball. Delivers a high hanging ball to the far post. Awkward again in that wind. It's fallen to Collins, who puts her foot through it, and a finish that she just got underneath of, try to swing it and hope for the best. And just the last closing minutes, Brady. So positive overall. We can't say a 5-1 result's not positive, but lots of positives to go forward into Sunday, into fourth tonight in the table. You can only think the only way is up now to try and churn out those results, catch up on the games you've missed, and see where the table lies at the end.
Yeah, really pleased with the performance overall, to be honest with you, and especially the goals. I must admit, I did expect the scoreline to be a little bit closer, just purely because York, like I said, generally do raise the game against us, and they've got some good players, and when you play against your old team, as you've seen with Alice tonight, she's put in a really good shift, and some of the former Leeds players have been quite quiet for them tonight.
Yeah, Longstaff wins a free kick, great feat, in the quite possibly the boggiest part of the entire pitch. It's almost like a rugby game or a rugby scrum has been played on that exact spot. You can see just where it's been churning out. Such is the quality of the weather we've had. Referees try to point to where it is. It's quite a comical situation. The referee's pointing that's where it was because of the lifting of the turf. I mean, take your spot on that patch. Leeds will get one perhaps final chance to add to their tally. Olivia Smart is just rolling the ball back to give herself a bit better turf underneath the feet. Referee's happy with certain positions, although the 2 York players are not set in the same line. Smart towards the far post. Elliott turns it round the corner, looking towards Russo. Keeper with a simple enough save. And good positioning from Rebecca Sidwell to ensure that Leeds had no sniff of a goal.
Yeah, there was a game on here on Tuesday as well. Tom Garfer for Town played as well, so that's another reason why I was quite shocked that the game would be on this evening, but you know, credit to the groundsman. Yeah,
Russo on the front foot, attacking, trying to pick out somebody, still trying to attack with Assel. There's bodies in the box for Leeds. One of them was Kibble Keating. It is unable to pick out that cross from Katie Assel as York got on the attack. You see, I use Gareth Town's men's game as my barometer. If they play, the women can play, because it means the pitch is okay. But I did have the same thought, actually. If it's been heavy enough, you never know. But the rain has stayed away, thankfully, for the Leeds United women's team to get another game under their belts. And this surface could do with a couple of days of dry weather. It was like a lifetime ago we had that game in August. Sun-kissed pitch. Could tell players enjoying themselves out there. And it is a long, long time ago, is that. Leeds, as I said before, tonight had 4 games in hand. One of them tonight to catch up. Puts them further up the table. Referee still got a few minutes to add on in stoppage time. Of course, we had the player down for a few minutes in Millie Ash, who we were hoping that her injury she can run off, but sadly she couldn't. A few of the players that have gone down for treatment as Longstaff's got to the ball, tries to turn inside with a simple cross, and she will win a free kick as one of the York players has gone to ground in some discomfort herself. A couple of players starting to feel the pinch of this. The referee is now saying that the player needs treatment, which will add further time to our clock this evening.
Yeah, I think Abby was claiming for a handball or something then, but the way that she went down was as if she'd been winded and then looked like she may have a bit of cramp or something like that. I'm not sure treatment is required for that. But with a few seconds left, I'm not sure if they're trying to run down the clock.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, it's a bit of a surprise considering the time we've got left. I mean, the physios are exactly not in the biggest of rushes. But overall, we get a little bit longer. A chance to see a replay of that goal. Simpson on the edge of a 6-yard box. Almost as if maybe did she think that was not going in, because there was not much of an attempt, but of course defensively it broke down earlier than that. A free shot, once the defender was turned, Leeds perhaps could have had a player closer. Don't want to take anything away from the finish, perhaps, as Olivia Smart is told to take the throw in again. She wasn't in the right spot. Referee a bit of a stickler for that in recent minutes. Into the 96th minute of proceedings at the Bannister Pretence Stadium. Throwing was what Jess Russo expected to concede. They've said that she tripped up the York defender first. It was Nanga. Misplaced pass from Hughes. Collins has stolen another 10 yards further to try and get the attack going on, but Leeds have bodies back, and there goes the full-time whistle. So a great result tonight for Simon Wood and the coaching team. 5-1, Russo in the first minute, a hat-trick wrapped up either side of half-time. Pizzabello and Hughes and Holder getting the goal back in a consolation, and perhaps for some, of course, the goal of the game for York. They were competitive, never gave in, but they remain in the bottom two. Leeds go up to 4th with a game on Sunday, which we'll have here for you here on LUTV. Thank you for joining us this evening. Have a great few days and see you on Sunday.